Welcome to Raw BodyFit Cardio Routine E. This routine will take you 11 minutes and 15 seconds to get through. It will consist of 5 exercises, and the exercises will be repeated 3 sets through in total. We'll begin with demonstrations of each of the exercises. Grab your water after that, turn your music on, and get ready to get raw and fit. We'll start with 8 mountain climbers and 4 ice skaters. In a plank position, you tap the toes forward for 8, stand tall, and ice skate across to the sides. Lower intensity version, just step back once you drop the hands to the floor, 8 taps forward and step forward, then take it side to side for 4 ice skaters. The next move, 8 high knees followed by 2 squat jumps. So you're running on the spot and then squatting and jumping high. To decrease the intensity, march through those high knees for 8, squat down deep and stand tall. The next move is a pivot jump. Focus your eyes on one spot and keep touching alternating hands down towards the foot. Down to that same spot over and over as you kick one leg out to the side. You can take out that hop in between the moves if you want to decrease the intensity. Then it's power kicks where the supporting knee softens and you'll drive out through the heel of the leg that kicks out, never snapping at the knee but driving through the heel. And you'll finish with jumping jacks. So take your time, go through these exercises again, make sure you're comfortable with the moves, then grab your water, set your music, and begin. 8 mountain climbers and 4 ice skaters we're beginning with. We're performing this exercise combo for 1 minute and 15 seconds. So the hands drop down, you'll jump back, then tap the toes forward for 8 counts, 4 on each leg. Jump forward, stand tall, and ice skate. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Keep the abdominal muscles strong and tight in that plank position as you drive your knees in tight to the chest. Jump yourself forward once you're coming out of that plank position. Stand tall with the feet wide and crisscross one leg behind the opposite leg. In those ice skaters, you want to power across, be strong through your gluteal muscles and through the quadriceps with the knees bent, the back straight, and take a little hop in between the crisscrosses. To decrease the intensity, take out the jump and just step it to the side. As you can see, there's 12 seconds left for this exercise combination. We'll follow it up with 8 high knees and 2 squat jumps. Running it out if you can. So those knees drive up high. We're performing this exercise for 1 minute. You're jumping high, reaching the arms up high to the sky or to the ceiling as you take the 2 squat jumps. Feel free to go back and forth between the lower intensity combination and the high intensity combination if the quadriceps especially are getting very fatigued or you're feeling short of breath. So you can simply step through those high knees and squat down and just stand tall if you want to decrease the intensity, as is demonstrated right here. As you can see, we have 20 seconds left of this move. We'll be moving on to pivot jumps in 15 seconds. Keep the eyes up, the chin up, so that the back stays straight and we're never hunching over, especially as we touch down. In 3 seconds, find a focal spot in front of your feet. Keep touching alternating hands down to the same spot on the ground. Then it's a big jump, leap up, reaching the arms up high as you change to the opposite leg. Here is the lower intensity version demonstrated. We're avoiding the hop in between the touchdowns. For the leg that kicks out to the side, bend that knee hard and let it drop towards the supporting heel so that the hips can drop down low and the spine can remain straight and long as opposed to hunching over again and rounding out through those shoulders, which we always want to avoid. In 8 seconds, we move to power kicks, which will be performed for a mere 30 seconds. Let's keep the supporting knee slightly bent on this move. Engage the abdominal muscles, crunch into it, and avoid snapping at the knee that kicks out. Think of driving out through that heel. Pull the toes of the leg that kicks out towards the shins and drive out through the heel. Abdominals are engaged and the supporting leg, the knee is slightly bent. We'll move to jumping jacks in 3 seconds. Jumping jacks will be performed for a mere 15 seconds, and then we'll take it from the top. If you need to take a water break at this time, feel free to pause the video, grab your water, grab a towel, and get back into it when you're ready. So here we are moving into round 2. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds again of 8 mountain climbers and 4 ice skaters. Try to touch a little bit lower down the leg for more of a challenge if you can on this second set. And tap the toes forward for 8 while you're in the plank position. Jump forward and crisscross. Take it side to side. Don't get too worried about the footwork here. It will come, it will get easier over time as you continue to practice this exercise combination and this entire routine. But for now, as long as you keep the feet moving, you will be burning calories, you will be keeping the heart rate elevated, and you will be challenging your muscles. But the basic movement is similar to a burpee, where you jump back with both feet, then tap forward for 8, jump forward as if in the burpee position, and then stepping upright, you'll go side to side for your 4 ice skaters. In 10 seconds, we move on to 8 high knees for 8 and 2 squat jumps. And running it out on the spot, get the knees up real high and jump high, getting out of that squatted position, leap. So do your best to accumulate at least one 10-minute exercise routine every day. Get that heart rate elevated and get a sweat in. And if you can do 2 or 3 routines, 10 minutes each, that is a fantastic goal to set. Even if it has to be 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 at nighttime, it all adds up, and the effects are just as great as if you had to do it all in one shot. So if you only have 10 minutes, don't let that steer you away from getting in your exercise. We've got 9 seconds before we move into the pivot jumps. You'll focus your eyes down to the floor and touch down, alternating the hands that touch down. 45 seconds of pivot jumps. It's the opposite hand that touches to the ground from the leg that is supporting you. The leg that's kicking out, remember to bend that knee hard. It might want to go out straight, but try to drop that knee so you're light on the leg that's kicking out to the side, and you're really powering up through that supporting leg and using your quadricep muscles through the front of the thighs. Long and straight through the spine, shoulders pulled back. In 5 seconds, we move to the power kicks. Then the supporting knee here again. Use the abdominal muscles. Feel the front of the rib cage drive down into the front of the pelvis and get a little crunching action going as you drive up the one knee and kick out through the leg. Be careful not to overextend on that kick out. Make sure that the hamstring muscles can challenge the range of motion on the kick. In 3 seconds, we move to jumping jacks. And if after this 15-second jumping jack set you need a water break again, press pause. Join us again when you're ready. Catch your breath and then start over. 1 last set to go. It's 8 mountain climbers. Let's speed it up here as we're on set number 3 if you can. Drop down to the hands, jump back, jog those knees in nice and tight to the chest, abdominals engaged. Jump forward and cross behind for 4. Avoid letting the hips dip down in the plank position. Keep the abdominals strong, the hips a little bit lifted, and keep it straight from your shoulders, through your hips, down to the heels. Remember, this is Raw Body Fit. where we find effective routines. We get through them with efficiency. We don't have to travel to a gym. We don't have to find any equipment. We just find a little bit of time and a little bit of space, and we burn it out. It's raw and fit, these routines. In 10 seconds, let's move on. We'll have 1 minute of high knees for 8 and 2 squat jumps. Drive those knees up high. Squat down deep, touching the floor with a straight spine, and jump high. 1 minute here. Try to challenge your friends as well. Get them exercising with you, or ask them to perform one of the routines or one of the challenges on Raw Body Fit, and see if you can get a group interested in exercising with you and challenging and inspiring one another. That's what it's all about. Get your motivation from friends and family and stick with the routine. Don't give up. We have 20 seconds left before we move on, and it will be pivot jumps again. We're getting to the end here. If you have more time, try to move on to another routine or come back to it later in the day. And moving on to the pivot jumps. Drop the knee that kicks out to the side, touch down. Jump up high in between that touchdown every time. Jump high. If you need to decrease the intensity, remove the jump, of course. Do your best to challenge yourself. We're at the end here. We have just over a minute to go. 15 more seconds before we head to power kicks. Let's focus on eyes up, abdominals engaged, straight and long through the spine. And power kicks here. Driving out through the heel. The toes pulled to the shins. The knee of the supporting leg is soft, and you're using the abdominal muscles to drive and encourage your power kick. Be careful not to overstretch that hamstring muscle. Keep the kick in a comfortable range of motion. The last move will be 15 seconds of jumping jacks. That will bring us to the end. This is your final 10 seconds. Congratulations. You've just completed an 11-minute and 15-second workout. Do your best to get in 1 or 2 more routines today and feel good about it. You've completed Raw Body Fit Cardio Routine E.